Hello and welcome to the Friday, April 3rd, 2026 edition of the SANS Internet Storm Center's Stormcast. My name is Johannes Ulrich, recording today from Orlando, Florida. And this episode is brought to you by the SANS.edu Graduate Certificate Program in Incident Response. Today I noticed in our honeypots that we are seeing some scans for a vulnerability in the developer tool Vite. This vulnerability was discovered by OffSec last July and now apparently is being exploited. It's fairly straightforward to exploit vulnerability, even though I doubt that there will be a lot of exposed systems. Typically, this particular tool listens on port 5173. Well, this is not where the scans are going to. These scans are going to standard HTTP ports. So that's the first thing that made me a little bit think that maybe they're looking for someone who maybe misconfigured this particular tool. The problem with the tool is that it does provide access to files on the local file system via simple HTTP requests. All you need is a prefix /@fs/, and that will then basically just map to the file system, disregarding the document root or any settings like this. However, there is some access control that is provided that basically limits this access to certain directories. However, the vulnerability discovered last July does allow arbitrary access as long as the URL ends in raw. So that particular suffix essentially then bypasses the access control. If you're running Vite, please make sure that you are running it securely, that you're not exposing it, and that you're also running the latest version. And by the way, this tool, well, it's pronounced Vite, but it's really sort of a French tool, and the spelling is Vite. So some people may pronounce it like Vite or something like that. And OpenSSH version 10.3 has been released, and with that, a number of security issues were addressed. None of these security issues I would consider critical or something that would require you to patch now. If there will be an update for your particular Unix distribution as such, of course, apply these updates. The one vulnerability that sounds critical, because yes, it is an arbitrary code execution vulnerability, does require very specific configuration, and it also basically only is exploitable if the attacker is able to supply a username parameter. Plus, you need to have a %u token in your configuration that would then be expanded. So highly unlikely that this can be sort of leveraged in a real attack. Still, as the patch become available, just update. And you probably heard a couple days ago, Claude Code leaked its source code. This wasn't really a compromise per se. It was really just, well, being careless in publishing a new version of Claude Code, including source maps. But with the source code available, now, of course, various researchers are looking for hidden features or for vulnerability. Adversa found one interesting vulnerability in Claude Code that affects the security feature where a developer is able to not allow Claude Code to run certain shell commands. And well, of course, now Claude Code is all about allowing Claude Code to run shell commands, but you may want to be a little bit careful here and, for example, not run a command like rm or maybe curl or such without first getting some approval or, with any further scrutiny. The problem here is that by itself, the feature works great, but if you have more than 50 commands in a row, so you basically just take the dangerous command like rm and you first run 50 unrelated benign commands, then this security check is skipped. The problem here apparently is that the security check would cost too many tokens, so it's too costly, and as a result, Claude Code just silently skips the security check. So be careful with all of these agentic tools. Personally, actually like the idea of using a remote machine for development like this. That way, my main work machine is not necessarily affected by anything going wrong here during development. Well, and this is it for today. So Thanks again for listening. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. And as always, talk to you again on Monday. Bye.